Fate Unlimited Go. If you are not familiar with Fate series, you might get confused with the story of this game almost completely, and this is because the story is very lacking. However, the gameplay is great. The controls are simple and the combos are easy to perform, which makes this game very accessible for beginners as well as competitive players. There are several modes in this game, practice and tutorial mode to help you get used to the controls. Survival, where you must survive as many battles as you can. Spectate, for watching AI opponents beating each other. And mission mode. And in my opinion, mission mode is the most fun of all, containing challenges that are unique for each character, from performing complex combos to defeat enemies with specific conditions, and the most unusual one, defeat enemies while having the camera putting behind your character. The graphics are pretty good and the voice acting is over the top. Overall, great game. Wish there were more effort for story though. 300 March to Glory. March to Glory is a hide-and-slash game based on the movie 300 as well as the comic book of the same name. You control King Leonidas I, and you and your army of 300 Spartan warriors must fight against the huge Persian army. The controls are fairly simple. There are fast and strong attack buttons and a button that uses shields to hit the enemy. As you progress, you can use the points earned by killing enemies to upgrade armor and weapons, along with unlocking combos and ability. The graphics are just good enough, but the comic art style in every cutscene is stunning. The voice, sound effects, and soundtrack are also on point.
A Persian war galley approaches, my lord, and they don't seem to have spied us yet.
I call that an open invitation to board.
And although the battles are intense as a movie with far fewer troops on screen, the game is still pretty solid. Tenchu Shadow Assassins. This is a stealth game takes place in feudal Japan, where you play as two ninja, Rikimaru and Ajami, and they must do the missions ordered by Lord Golda, from investigating to rescuing. In this game, you must focus on stealth, along with planning strategies to get through the levels while killing or avoiding guards. There are also a variety of items that you can get while progressing through the levels, which some are useful for stealth, and others are for killing enemies. There are two modes in this game, story mode with over 10 missions, and assessment mode with plenty of side missions with time limit. The graphics are good with detailed environments, and the sound is also well done. Overall, if you like stealth games, then you will like this game. Work Time Fun. Modern Japan is known for its crazy but unique culture, with lots of weird game shows as well as video games. This game is not an exception. So in this game, you are a temporary worker and you are OffRoad Jobs, also known as minigames. By visiting the replacement office, you can earn the money by playing the games and then use the money earned by working for the vending machines to unlock a bunch of other jobs as well as items. Some games are very short and some never end. All these jobs are bizarre but also very addictive. The graphics are all over the place and each game looks almost different from the others, which totally fits the nature of this game. Overall, if you are looking for a weird game, then this game is for you. This game is like a mess, but it really fits the Japanese nature. Wipeout. Wipeout is a futuristic racing game with a mix of car racing games such as Mario Kart. One unique mechanic is not the power-up, but the shield, aka health bar. Not only you can use the power-up to attack the opponents during the race, but you can also assault it to recover the shield. If your shield runs out, your chosen ship will explode and you will be eliminated. There are 8 ships in total, each with different stats and appearance. The graphics are stunning with fully detailed ships and tracks, along with futuristic looking HUD and menu. The sound is also excellent. The only issue in this game is the frame rate, but it's not a big deal and the game is still overall awesome. Mega Man Powered Up. This is a remake of the first Mega Man game where you play as Mega Man and must stop Dr. Wily from taking over the world. The game features two gameplay styles. Old style, which is basically the original Mega Man game but in 3D graphics, and new style, which is entirely remade with new voice acting, remixed music, new sports, 3 difficulties for each stage. This new style also lets you play as the boss characters under the right circumstance. This game also features dungeons mode and construction mode where you can create your own levels. Overall, this is a great game with cute graphics. Panda Fantasy Golf. The game takes place in Panda Island, where golf is created to pay tribute to a hero who has defeated the Dark Lord. And as the title suggests, this is not a normal golf game, and instead it has a mix of fantasy elements including magic potions and pills, trick shots which are insanely useful but odd at the same time, and more. This game also has tons of content. You can dress up and also equip your character with a huge number of costumes and items, along with lengthy but interesting story mode, license mode when you can complete a variety of challenges to get the license to join tournament for special rewards. Overall, this is a fun game with lots of replay value. Gladiator Begins. Gladiator Begins is an action game where you play as a greater slave and climb your way in the arenas to earn glory and freedom. The game has interesting mechanics. Each attack button represents different directions, including left and right, high and low. During the battle, when you get hit to the point where a part of your armor has fallen, you can pick it up to continue fighting. There are several fighting styles that depend on the weapons you choose. The combat is satisfying, along with a huge variety of equipment that you can collect from fallen enemies and shops. The story, on the other hand, is lacking. Although there are different endings depending on your choice, most of them just put you in another battle. Still, the game is overall very enjoyable. Ever 17, The Art of Infinity. Ever 17 is a visual novel game where a group of people are trapped inside an underwater theme park when an incident happens, and they only have a few days to find the way out or go for help before the park implodes itself and kills everything inside. So in this game, you play as two characters, but not at the same time. When one is chosen, the other becomes a supporting character. A unique feature of this game is that the whole plot isn't revealed after the first ending. You must play through the game multiple times, with each playthrough revealing new information. The characters are very likable. The conversation between characters is very intellectual and engaging, along with great music that sets the mood well in each scenario. I would recommend playing this game in a wild time and place so you can immerse yourself in this adventure. Finally, we have Golden Arms. Visually, this game is like one of the most beautiful FPS games I have ever played. The game is set in a virtual reality training simulator, and you will play as a hacker who attempts to break the codes of the simulator and gain valuable data for profit. An interesting feature of this game is that the level designs are all randomly generated, allowing for a fresh run when revisiting the level again. And for a first-person shooter game on PSP, the controls might take a bit of time to get used to, which I did, but the aiming assist and different control schemes should be enough to help you get comfortable with. Overall, a shooting game with stunning graphics.